Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Memory Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you our CFL semifinal playoff preview between the Edmonton Eskimos and the Toronto Argonauts, presented by 13thman.com. Now let's look at the Eskimos in this ballgame, and quite honestly, I do believe their defense matches up very well versus the Argos offense. And you look at what they have to do this week, it's all about discipline in their run defense department. They got to stay disciplined. We know Toronto loves to get Chad Owens and Andre Dury involved in the running game just to create some opportunities to get to the outside. So they got to be disciplined in their gaps and they can have some success. Now offensively, you look at their three-headed monster in the backfield with Charles, Messam, and Boyd. I think they have to find a way to get those guys involved in the passing game to take some of the pressure off those quarterbacks. Then they'll be able to find good old Fred Sampson going down the field to catch passes deep on those safeties. So I think getting the running backs involved in the passing game can help out Edmonton exponentially. And I say both quarterbacks have some assets that they can utilize, both Joseph and also Nichols. Find a way to use both guys this week versus Toronto. And you look at the Argos in this ball game, and you look at Ricky Ray. You're going against a team that knows your tendencies. He has to be able to pull the reins back and play small ball. We know Edmonton will come in and try to get aggressive, play small ball, then take the timing shots deep down the field, and I think the Argos can have a chance. And I say running game creativity. I alluded to it earlier. You got to find creative ways to get yards on first down on the ground. It gives that defense something else to worry about, and we know they can, now the receiving core has come on, they can go deep down the field. So finding creativity in the running game is key. And also defensively, I will say always keep a safety over top of Fred Stamps. He's one of those guys that get deep down the field, cause a lot of problems. Find a way to keep a safety over the top, and I think that can put you in better position to play defense versus their deep passing game. Now let's go look at the positional breakdowns in this matchup for both teams. When you look at the personnel breakdown in the matchup, you see where there's some advantages and some disadvantages. Right now, I think the Eskimos have the advantage in the secondary. They match up very well versus the talented wide receiving core for Toronto, and that's why I think Toronto has the advantage at the receiving position. Edmonton and Toronto are both equal at the QB spot. In my opinion, both guys can make plays and both guys can also make mistakes. I like the Eskimos in this ball game. I think Edmonton matches up very well with Toronto. They've beaten them both times this year, and I think they'll find a way to utilize all three backs in the backfield very effectively. And keep an eye on Matt Nichols. I think he's going to make the key play in this ball game by utilizing his ability to stretch the defense vertically. So I'm going with Edmonton to move on to the West Finals.